scintillating, sensational, absolutely fantastic football by Blackburn Rovers, but unfortunately we were on the receiving end of another defeat. I'll tell you one good reason why we didn't come on with the 3 points next. Blackburn Rovers away days down at Vicarage Road against Watford, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button and bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, world football related. We're all here under Wow Roski. That's right, folks. We did make the trip all the way down to Great London, but unfortunately we come away with absolutely nothing. Before we jump into that deeper detail, I want a big shout out to the Patreon gang. You know who you are, of course. Respect to my brothers and sisters for supporting the channel behind the scenes. And if anyone else is out there wants to join those illustrious VIP gangs and become the latest member of the Blackburn Rovers Mafia, I'm trying to come up with another cool name for it. No, what did we call ourselves? Oh, anyway, brothers from another mother for the time being, of course. But recently, we actually had a new one, Mac, the Daddy Max, or whatever his name is, Big Mac Daddy, out in Vietnam, I think it is. So respect to him for joining the latest gang of the old Patreon club. And of course, Big Bad Boy Shepherd did up his pledge quite recently, so tremendous support from him and the rest of the boys. So good. That was good. Rovers were bad. Well, they weren't bad. They were actually pretty good. But unfortunately, we come away with absolutely nothing, folks. Why? I'll tell you why. And his name begins with Ben. That's right. When I say Ben, I don't mean Big Bad Boy Brereton, but he did have a deciding say in today's match. I'm on about Ben Foster. That's right. Absolutely immense goalkeeping from the veteran, of course, former England international, former Manchester United man as well. But he came away, he denied Rovers. We were throwing the kitchen sink at them at some stages, and we came away with nothing. 3-1 loss in the end. That's right. Joao Pedro opened up the scoring for Watford on the 13th minute. It's actually quick fire goals from Watford to get quite comfortable. 2-0. Pedro was first. Tom Cleverley was the second. Of course, I rate Joao Pedro very, very highly. I think it's going to be one of the next biggest things. I'm thinking he could go all the flipping way, boys. He is that young. He's that savvy, and this division will shape him up to be an absolute diamond, whether it's for Watford or whether it is for somebody else. But he's going to be a nice little talent on his hand. Another talent is Harvey Elliott. We got to see him for the first time today. And to be honest with you, I came into this thinking that you know what, he's just one of those, just another youngster that's going to come through. We might do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but nothing special. But today, he actually, despite his young years of just 17 years of age, he looked absolutely quality. And I'm very, very grateful as a Rovers supporter that we'll have him for the best part of the season. Let's just keep him fit, keep him healthy, and he will deliver. And Rovers will deliver as well. Because I thought our performance was good. Let's talk more about the performance. Actually, let's talk about the result first. Of course, we got ourselves back into it with an absolute screamer of a goal. Big Bad Boy Brereton getting his first of the season with a ripper. It's a cracker. It's up there with the goals of the season contenders already. So we're back in at 28th minute into half time. Mowbray gives us his piece. We'll have a listen from Mowbray in a minute. Yeah, it wasn't good enough because early in the second half, big fat OG from Darragh Lenihan to put the game right back in Watford's favour. We did start to press a little bit further. We did have a penalty in the second half, but it was saved, of course, by the walking fire guard, that is Ben Foster, denying everything coming at him except for that screamer. If it wasn't for that screamer, you know, I would say he would be unbeatable. But of course, you know, we're lucky to get at least one goal. There was a couple of other chances as well. Let's talk about some of the incidents and accidents and all that kind of stuff. Christian Cavalassi of Watford was lucky to be still on the field at the end of it because another breakaway chance for Armstrong to have a one-on-one with Ben Foster was denied because Christian Cavalassi fouled him. It was basically him and just those two left. You know, it was last man. It was last man in my eyes. And if I read the FA referees book or whatever it is correctly, last man, tackle, you're gone. You're gone, Sonny Jim. But I don't know, maybe Christian Cavalassi's sleeping with the referee or maybe even the referee's daughter. I don't know. But either way, he stayed on the field. Got a yellow card. That was it. There was, of course, the penalty incident. Another one. Shot on goal. It should have been... I think it was another. Should have been another red card there. And even at the death, there was a couple of yellow cards flying around in favour of Watford. That unfortunately Didn't really. Nakaka, that's the Nakakia, whatever his name is, the substitute came on. He got a yellow card pretty much as he came on, and then another sort of foul right towards the end. Even though it probably wouldn't have had any deciding factor in the end, he should have seen red, to be honest. So Watford a little bit lucky there, but let's talk about Watford, of course. The quality did shine through when it needed the most. They might not have had the possession, if you can see from the stats there. Rovers coming out with 66% possession compared to Watford's 34%. We had all the ball, we had all the shots, we had all the shots on target. But unfortunately, when it came down to the meat of the matter, which was getting the ball in the back of the net, Watford's 4 shots on target, 3 of them went in the back of the net. Wow. I don't really... Can you count the Darragh Lenihan as a shot on target? But anyway, let's take a look at those numbers again. We did have more possession compared to Watford. We had 19 shots on the day compared to 10 for the Hornets, 7 for Rovers. On target, 4 for Watford. We had 5 off target, 4 off target for them. We had 8 corners to their 1, and they had 4 big chances. We had 2 big chances. And again, those 2 big chances were missed by Rovers. As for the keepers, of course, Foster was the most active. 6 saves compared to Kaminski's 2. And as for touches, the ball passes and all that kind of stuff, 606 passes for Rovers, 212 for Watford, with a passing accuracy of 83% on the day, and just 70% for Watford. And you can see some more numbers there on the left-hand side. A quick look at the starting 11s then, shall we? Let's jump to the deep and take a look at the hosts here. Ben Foster between 6, Cavalasi at left-back, Wilmot and Cathcart. When I say left-back, I mean the left of a 3-man centre-back. Up, moving into the midfield or your wing-backs, you've got Sim on the left, Firmino on the right, Garner, Chabola and or Chalabar, and clearly in the middle there with Sarr, which was an absolute nightmare, and Joao Pedro up top. Those top 2 cause Rovers all kinds of problems when called upon. Sarr, he's going to have a year. It's like twiddling his thumbs, really. He shouldn't be playing at this level. He should be playing Premier League, if not Champions League level. And he's here with Watford, going to have a little, he'll be doing tricks and flares, and he'll be all mucking about. He'll be mucking about. And I think when you look at this team here, there is some a whole host of quality within this 11 here. Of course, the back line, the 3 centre backs, I'm not too sure about that. To be honest with you, Ben Foster put up an absolute tremendous performance. As you can see, 79 rated goalkeeper compared. This is a FIFA rating thing. He is the main man there, realistically, and that is a quality goalkeeper that Watford have, and I do expect them to do very well the rest of the season. Again, they've been winning games without really performing that well, and to be honest with you, that's the stuff of champions right there. You're winning games without performing that well, and I underestimated Watford a little bit. I wasn't too sure about the new coach, but when you see them in action, especially with Sarr and Joao Pedro, they've got 2 clinical forward men there. One who may be creating the chances, and one who can just put the ball in the back of the net. Joao Pedro did have another golden opportunity, though, to add to his tally, but he missed it. Moving forward, let's take a look at Rovers lineup here. Kaminski between 6, Bell, Lenihan, Ayala and Naomi made up the back 4. Holtby, Johnson and Evans made up a 3-man midfield, with Brereton on the left, Armstrong down the middle, and young Harvey Elliott coming in from Liverpool on loan on the right-hand side. One major concern for us is Ayala picked up a groin injury, I believe, so he will be out possibly for the Coventry City game. We'll cover that game, of course, tomorrow. Make sure you check that bad boy out. Preview, of course, and of course we'll have a watch along for that soccer on Saturday. So make sure you come by and check that out. But yeah, Harvey Elliott, the story of the night for me. Well, in fact, Brereton's goal was, well, you got to give that a lot of credit. It was a really good goal. Wait till you catch the highlights of that. That's worth watching the highlights despite the result. And maybe you'll just see just how close we were to getting something out of this. In all fairness, I do believe we should have got something out of this game, whether it was a point or 3, but because I thought we performed very, very well. But unfortunately, you can play very sexy football, but if you don't put the ball in the back of the net more than the opposition, you're not going to come away with the big fat 3 points. Meanwhile, let's talk about Harvey Elliott. Quality little youngster, 17 years of age. What he showed tonight is what we would like to get from Tyrese Dolan. But you know what? Even though Elliott's, I think, younger, a couple of years younger than Dolan, he showed maturity, he showed quality, he showed a knowledge of the game that even some of our more experienced players don't have. Of course, it's only been with Liverpool, a season and a bit, maybe just floating around the first team, the under the academy, I don't know. But he showed some real good quality. He might not have the electric pace of Armstrong, but or the tricks in the locker that Tyrese Dolan has, but he showed nous, he showed knowledge, and his partnership with Nyambe today was a breath of fresh air. It looked very, very exciting. I think these two, if they can stay fit and stay out of trouble and stay, in the team, they're going to cause some problems down the right-hand side. Brereton looked good on the left-hand side. And even bits in the middle. Holtby looked good. Holtby looked very, very good. Of course, I'm not a big fan of Evans and Johnson. I think we're playing too defensive there. If we had another creative midfielder just like Holtby, maybe a Dacarino or a Rothwell, then we could cause some extra problems. And at the back, we just got found out a little bit today. So let's have a look at my match ratings, of course, for this 11. We've got Kaminsky with a 6. 3 shot. He was very bored, but when called upon, unfortunately, he couldn't deny 3 shots going back in that. So I'm going to give him a 6 on that one. All right, with a 6, Barry Douglas will be licking his lips, thinking I've got a chance here on Saturday. So hopefully we will see him. We did see Tribal as well coming on for a debut, but little to no effect. Lenihan with a 6 again. Big fat OG kind of takes away from him. Ayala looks strong when he was on the field. Unfortunately, you know what? He's a very good classic defender. Tall, strong, no nonsense, that sort of stuff. And I'm very, very happy he is a Rover. But unfortunately, we're going to be losing him for a game, maybe 2 games, maybe a couple of weeks. So he's going to be out. But it gives a chance for Derek Williams and Scotty Wharton, who did come on. And he kept a clean sheet, I think, for his time on the field. Nayabi, of course, never gets lower than a 7 for me. Always gets, he's a little special little number as him. And I want to keep him a Rover, keep him sweet. Holtby with a 7 was very, very good. Glad to have him back as well. Johnson with a 6 and Evans with a 6. Again, they do a lot of donkey work and the hard work. And it goes a little bit unnoticed and underappreciated. But to be honest with you, today, when we needed them the most, they didn't break down the onslaught from Watford when called upon. Brereton was good on 7. A little bit harsh for him. He got substituted as well for Tyree Stolen, who, to be honest with you, we'll talk more about him in a minute. Armstrong with a 6, a bit harsh on the penalty save though. He had a couple of golden opportunities as well. Of course, he got tackled. That should have resulted in a red card. He also had a breakaway opportunity, which he tried to dink over Foster. But of course, it was Foster's day today. It was Foster's day, and he ousted Armstrong. And then Elliott, who's good on 7. So, of course, not really outstanding performances across the board, but there's a couple of little shining lights today. Some other stats. Let's straighten this sucker out. Can I straighten this sucker out? Can I? Yeah, of course we can. Quick look at some other stats. There's some where the shots took place. Of course, the blue is Rovers. The orange is Watford. And as you can see, that blue squitch there. That's hopefully that's not counted as a shot on goal because it's the other way. We had more touches. 807 touches today, 490, and some more other stats and figures. And if you're a heat map man just like me, I'll show you the heat maps right here. Look at Rovers. Absolutely all over the place. Look at Watford. Look at Watford. Yeah, that's the tail of the tape right there. When you look, where are we? Where's my mouse? So you look, this is all deserted. This is Ismaili Sarr right here on the right-hand side. That is him. There is nothing going on in here. Nothing even going on in here. They let us have the ball, let us have possession, and when they got the ball, give it to this fella here, pings it over to wherever he is, Pedro, back of the net. So, I said this in my instant reaction. We're playing good football. We are playing. Let me jump out of this into the older so you can see me in HD. We're playing good football, lads. We are playing good football. We've got all the ingredients now. We have the tools up until January anyway. We've got Dacarino to come back. We've got Lewis Travis to come back. We've got Gallagher to come back. 3 players that would be either knocking on the door or in the first team already. Derek Williams to come back. We've got competition for goalkeepers. We've got Barry Douglas to come in. We have got the ingredients to do the business with Rovers this season. We're going to get results like this, and I've seen it before with Norwich. I've seen it before with Sheffield United, where they start crappy, playing good football, just wait. At that time, you don't think there's something brewing. They would think there's something brewing. Brentford, even to a point last season, they were playing, stodgy football, not getting the results in. They're just waiting for it all to click into place. We've seen it happen a little bit with Wickham, with Derby. We played well against Bournemouth. We played well against Newcastle. We played well against Watford today. Maybe 3 teams that you would expect to oust us. But we've played well, and just unfortunately, it's just not gone wrong with us. The matter with these games is they do have the quality in their team, and when it's called upon, they make it hurt. Newcastle, boom. Bournemouth, boom. Watford, Bournemouth, 3 realistically Premier League sides there with Premier League players, and they hurt us when it matters. Anyway, that's enough about me. What about the gaffer? What did he have to say? Here's Tony with his feedback after the match.
You don't want to lose 3 goals, of course. I think there's something things we can tinker with that to stop that happening. But and we're fully aware of it. It's risk and reward really for us, and we came here thinking that we could come here and win really, but. You have to respect they've got some pretty good footballers at the top end of the pitch, and they're disappointing goals we lost, say that, but anyway, Yeah, all right. We were okay. I thought there was plenty of positives. I do think an unbelievable poor decision from the referee for staff probably could have been the thing that changed the game. You know, Armstrong's, you know, how much faster is he than the young kid Wilmot at the back, and he gets brought down running through. It's an unbelievable yellow card as opposed to an obvious red card, but that's football. We have to live with it, I suppose. Obviously miss a penalty. He's undoubtedly a high quality goalkeeper, we know that, and he had a good night tonight, so you know, well done to him. I think to play as we play is our best bet, but I do think we can, you know, work on a few things, stopping transition a bit better as of tonight. You know, I think we were pretty good in how we want to play and what we want to do, and yet, you know, similar to Bournemouth, they're top end of the pitch, where they've got, you know, Bournemouth had two £15 million strikers on the pitch against us. They take their chances when they come along, and I'd have to say tonight, you know, they were pretty strong, clever footballers, took their chances. They didn't have many chances, but they took them when they came.
What do you make of Harvey on debut?
Good. I think the combination of Elliott and Armstrong is going to be something really to look forward to. I think as he steps in on his left foot and Armstrong runs and he sees the space, and he seems to me as if he's got fantastic quality to drop it into great areas. And so, you know, back lines of defences are going to have to be on their mettle really to stop that combination as they develop it. Really, they've had one day training together, and but you know, it looked promising. I know we asked him to play 90 minutes at the end. That wasn't the intention, but the game ran that way, and we had to make the changes that we saw fit. Obviously, Ayala coming off wasn't something that we'd anticipated, so he got 90 minutes, and hopefully it'll stand him in good stead.
Obviously, the same number of points as Saturday, but was this a step forward?
No, I think the away performances has been pretty much how we've done it really. As we talked about Bournemouth away opening day, we deserved to get something at Bournemouth away, and we didn't. Then we went away to Derby and won 4-0. And tonight, did we deserve anything? Well, we didn't. The history books will say we got beat 3-1. And yet, as I say, I do think it was a really, really poor decision not to show a red card when Armstrong's running through the middle on goal. Asking the referee, said there was a covering defender. Well, I've watched it back, and there's no covering defender that's getting anywhere near Armstrong. But never mind, it's football, isn't it? We have to live with it. We take the good referees, the bad referees, the good decisions, the bad decisions. We just get on with the next one really, and if we keep maintaining the standard, we'll see where we are in another 6 games. And I'm quite excited by the team to think that we are going to win a lot of football matches this year, and we're going to ask lots of questions of teams, and we're looking forward to it. But we're allowed to be disappointed tonight. I think we let them off the hook, if anything. That's how it feels. But you know, good luck to them. They've obviously got some very talented players, got a deep squad, and I'm sure they'll be there or thereabouts come the end of the season.
Meanwhile, what's been going on social media, eh? What's been going on the old social media? Let me have a little look what's been going on Twitter then, shall we? We're going to start with Rovers Analytics. Make sure you follow them bad boy for all the numbers. They're the number crunchers out there, so make sure you check that bad boy out. Harvey Elliott, my man of the match tonight for Rovers. Barely put a foot wrong and looked classy at such a young age. Has to start at the weekend. Oh, yes, he does. New York Rovers, of course, over here on the other side of the pond. Give the team time to gel, and I feel there is a team here that can do something memorable. Here, brother. Here, Chris Martin, the forever vocal Chris Martin. Now, some people may try to excuse me of hopeless optimism and utterly shameless exaggeration, but for me, tonight's goal and performance proves without a shadow of a doubt that Ben Brereton is the reincarnation of Marco van Basten. Yes, I hear with that one. Stu Smith said this: 3 defeats in the opening 6 games. No good dominating possession if we don't take our chances when we create them. Defensively, need to cut out the silly mistakes so we can take at least draws away rather than defeats. I don't think we were a million miles away, and we have the players too. That might be a dominate comeback. There's 2 comeback. There we go, part 2, and improve the squad even more. But we need to push on and start picking up points soon. Another chance to pick up 3 against Coventry at the weekend, though. That was Stu Smith. Meanwhile, James Robertson said this: another game we totally dominated and lost. 66% possession, 19 shots, 7 on target, and a missed penalty. We need to turn these performances into wins sharpish. Look, you're all got your own opinion, and we appreciate it. I appreciate it, but what I'd like to say is we can't win them all. We cannot win them all. And yes, it does hurt. It does suck when we've had 2 dreadful performances and we got a point out of them. And I'm not including the Watford game. We played well today. We were unlucky. You know what? I think, just like you said, the victories will come. And it's just a matter of you watch. I think I also agree with you know that something special is going to happen this season. I'm not saying promotion, I'm not saying playoffs, but I just think you know we could do some very, very good stuff. Meanwhile, Matt Silato, might just be me, but I thought we were bang unlucky tonight. Scandalous decision not to reduce Watford to 10 men and came up against an inspired Ben Foster. Meanwhile, Solly said this need to be more ruthless and cynical. All the nicely plays means poop without end product. 2 good wins followed by 2 defeats sums up Rovers. Bad negates the good equals mid-table. Anyway, Brereton and Elliott positives. P.S. Armour round a keeper every now and then. That's right. What else do we have? Thomas Evans, the forever vocal Thomas Evans as well. A defeat for Mowbray's making, unfortunately. Why did Evans and Bell start when between them they were our weak links against Forest? Lenihan, Bell and Evans have to be dropped for the next game. Lenihan? Holy... we have gone from optimism to business as usual. Inconsistency in the space of 3 to 4 games. I like to have a spread of comments here, not just all for or against. But Lenihan, I'm not with you on that one, I'm afraid. Lenihan starts for me always. Meanwhile, Rig, apart from the defensive errors and Watford being real efficient with their chances, I love the way we are playing and the work ethic we are showing throughout the game. The results will come. Yes, they will. Carl Wilkes said this. I think Watford had 1 shot in the second half. Lenihan gives them a goal. So we did ourselves no favours. Armstrong had 2 really good chances, not including the penalty. In my opinion, we were by far the better team. New players look good. I still think we challenge any team in the Championship. I do agree. Anthony Baldwin says, quality keeper, organised defence and strikers that took their chances. Probably the toughest place to go and get a result. Top finish and performance from big bad boy Brereton though. Darwin N said this, aka Jack Walker Stan, says still confident for this season, dominated the game today and played brilliantly. Shame about the shipping 3, but let the lads gel and return from injuries. We're still going up. Dogmeister said this, battered them, but they only needed the odd chance to score. Foster, the man of the match. Sarr was a handful on the counter in the first half and all. Doesn't always go your way, so ain't going to criticise too much after that. Who really was expecting anything from the Watford game anyway? Were you? I don't think so. Aaron Greaves said this, always going to be tough against 12 men, but clear red first half, etc. Stats speak for themselves. We dominated. Once new players integrate into the system and we get injured players back, we'll be right up there come the end of the season. That's the belief. Matt Garswood said this, good game. Foster was outstanding for Watford, kept them in front. And Amari Bell, of course. Yeah, it's just that that's just negative energy for me to feed off. But yeah, don't harp on the players. They need our support right now. And right now, Amari Bell has got competition 4 places. Barry Douglas breathing down his leg. Look at Corey Evans and Johnson, player of the month for September. He's got Tribal breathing down his neck. Harvey Elliott has got Tyree Sterling on toast at the moment. And let's talk about Tyree Sterling, of course. Bamboozled the first few games of the season, looked very, very lively. He's raw. He's very, very raw. We can't expect the world of him. Let's just use and abuse Harvey Elliott while we have him, because he showed quality. He showed that he is going to be a top player. Tyree Sterling can learn, even though he's younger or he's older than Harvey Elliott. He can learn from him from his time at Liverpool. Anyway. We heard what the gaffers had to say. You know what the fans have to say. You've heard a little bit from me what I've had to say. Let's have a look what's going on elsewhere in the old Championship this past midweek. Huddersfield did beat Derby 1-0 on Tuesday. Bristol City lost to Middlesbrough at home. Coventry City, our next opponents, they drew with Swansea at home. We've got to take on them next. It's going to be a difficult game. Norwich City did beat Birmingham also on Tuesday 1-0. Red card in that game for Birmingham. Millwall 2-0 winners over Luton Town to keep themselves up in the old playoff discussion already. Nottingham Forest 1, Rotherham 1, another point in the bag for Chris Hughton. Probably wanted more than that, I think. Reading 1, Wickham 0 also yesterday. Them top of the pops. Of course, the game of the day was at Vicarage Road. It was a good game. But unfortunately we lost 3-1. Sheffield Wednesday lost against Brentford 2-1. Of course, they looking to turn a corner now. Brentford. Cardiff 1, Bournemouth 1. Of course, Harvey Wilson, the other Liverpool loanee, scored on that day. And QPR did lose to Preston 2-0. Could be problems settling in there for QPR and Stoke 2. Barnsley 2. They believe they are managerless, Barnsley. What else has got on the old table? This is the table right now. Reading looking good right now. 3 points clear. Nice little cushion already over Bristol City. Watford up to 3rd now. Bournemouth 4th. Swansea 5th. And Millwall 6th. Down the foot of the table. Wednesday going down as it stands. Wickham and Derby also in the relegation zone. I think Derby are probably one more defeat away from bidding off Koku, because they need to get moving. Even though a win, realistically, they're up to 16th. So, chill out. Rovers are down 14th right now. Not good at the moment. Back-to-back defeats for them. But hopefully we can get some points against Coventry. Next, of course, that is next. What else is next? Starting on Friday, Nottingham Forest against Derby. It's a bit of a derby, that derby. Watford against Bournemouth is the early game on Saturday. Huddersfield, Preston, QPR against Birmingham. Norwich against Wickham. Reading against Rotherham. The battle of the R's there. Cardiff against Middlesbrough. Sheffield Wednesday against Luton. Bristol City against Swansea. Millwall against Barnsley. Coventry, though, at St Andrews, taking on Birmingham. And Stoke against Brentford, of course. That, my friends, is what's coming up this weekend. Of course, we'll have a preview for the Rovers, the Coventry Rovers game on the channel, and we'll also have the championship predictions very, very soon, if not out already. So make sure to check them out for that weekend, of course. Lots of football to come this weekend. Plenty more around the corner on the channel as well. Make sure you stop by for the FIFA streams as well. Lots and lots to look forward to. As for me, I'm positive despite defeat. We'll keep on moving. We'll keep on trucking. The next game is only around the corner. I think it's 2 games a week now, all the way through until mid-November. So let's get it started, boys. Let's get another win under the collars and maybe get us closer to the top 10 and beyond. Until then, though, be sure to give this video some love and smash that thumbs up, smash subscribe if you're new. Of course, check out the description down below if you want to support the channel in another way. Patreon's the way to do it. And also check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and all that kind of jazz. Until then, I'll let you get out of here. Stay safe. I'm out.